Alright, so your boy's been a little stressed, and what I mean by a little stressed, I mean that I don't know if I can shoot out the Mortal Kombat Deception review video, and for that matter, even the Shadow of Colossus video. I'm probably gonna do one of the two to be safe due to this shitty-ass fucking COPPA bill that is now gonna reach the surface at any point in time and screw over more YouTube content creators that are not myself, because I'm not big enough to get affected, but I'm gonna speak out for other YouTubers who are going to be affected, if not who are already affected by this shitty bill that's gonna come into play. I'm going to read it out to you right now. And this is from the tubefilter.com. I'm going to send you the link to the description. And I'm going to send it to another YouTuber who is going to have it out, more of a layout of his name is TheQuartering. I would usually get my news from the guy regarding anything that has to do with YouTube policy, because he's the only one that I came to see first on recommendations, mind you. And for what I know, minus, certain drama aspects that the YouTube content creator would get himself into, I like the guy overall. He produces good news for the safety of other YouTube content creators, to be aware of what's going on with the algorithm and how they can fuck up somebody for just speaking their own opinions, which is quite upsetting, and I'll tell you why. Because people don't believe it. I'm going to say it now. Democrats are a good example of why there'll be no First Amendment. They will be the reason why people will have to sit down and get strapped up to the wall and execution style, because it's going to be their asses at the end of the day who are going to want to take your money and take your free speech and your guns. No one believes me, but I'm going to label it out now. I'll tell you why. Here we go. We're going to read it. COPPA author Senator Ed Markey introduces Kids Act targeting sponsored content unboxing videos. Here it says here. Ed Markey, the Democrat senator, oh shit, here we go, who wrote the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, COPPA, has now co-introduced a new bill that, if passed, will force platforms with users underneath the age of 18 to radically alter the way they operate. And here we go. As children and teens increasingly spend their time on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Snapchat, Congress has yet to implement key safeguards that protect young people's well-being in the current digital media environment. Markey and fellow bill co-writer Senator Richard Blumenthal from Connecticut. I'm from Connecticut. I know this asshole. I don't like him. I hate Democrats, like I've already stated. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about in a later video why I dislike the left, overall in general, but for right now, we're talking about COPPA. So I'm going to keep my cool, I'm going to keep quiet about it, and we're going to continue on the main topic. Continuing, Markey added, powerful apps push kids to buy product at every turn online, and top platforms are saturated with disturbing content that no kid should ever be exposed to. If passed, their bill, the Kids Internet Design and Safety Act, Kids Act, would force platforms to disable core features such as video autoplay, likes, upvotes, push notifications, and any feature that rewards young users with badges or other visual award symbols based on elevated levels of engagement with the platform. The last one is vague, but could potentially target YouTube's channel membership and Twitch subscriptions, such commonly reward special badges or emojis. The Kids Act would also make it illegal for platforms to recommend literally any kind of branded or sponsored content to users underneath the age of 16. Markey and Blumenthal specifically accuse influencer marketing, is what they call it, and that is an actual term, of exposing children to marketing that is inherently manipulative or purposely disguised as entertainment or other information. They're also trying to specifically targeting unboxing videos, and that's a big issue in yourself. I'm going to talk about it after. It says referring them, whether they are sponsored or not, as host selling. Host selling is a formerly popular and now outlawed children's TV practice where an animated or live host would endorse a product during the broadcast or characters from a show would pop up in commercials that played while it aired. So I'm not going to read the rest of this. I'm a little bit fed up with it overall. I just wanted to label out what's going on right now with COPPA. Like I said again, I'm going to leave the description to TheQuartering's video where he's actually reading this all out. You can see the page where I was reading from, exactly from the channel where he does his content. And he's going to basically read this all out and show you exactly from what page. I'm going to also leave the description to the website that he was reading from, where I've gotten the news from as well, seeing where this new COPPA bill has been surfacing, and it's going to take place on YouTube and hit the surface real soon for us content creators, and that's going to affect a lot of people overall who are trying to sell their merch and who are sponsored by big companies, such as, say, if you're sponsored by Sony or Xbox overall, if COPPA doesn't like you at the time being, they're going to take your shit, they're going to take your money, and it's just going to be outright fuck you in the face because we can and we have the power to do so because we're the government. It's as simple as that. So, also there's news that I'm going to be in a podcast with Gamer Slasher. He has around 2,000 subscribers at this point, and my boy's been growing very big. Even though I'm pretty small, I'm still going to give him the shout out because he's one of my best friends. I know him, and he's a pretty chill dude, you know? So there's going to be a podcast coming up in a short while, and I'm right now collecting footage for it. So unfortunately, I have to put the Mortal Kombat Deception video on a back pedal once again, and that's going to be like for a couple of weeks because it's not in my priorities right now. Regarding there's home issues I need to take care of, and that's also priority. Girlfriend is priority. She's the #1 thing that comes first before anyone else, and pretty much, yes, that's pretty much what I'm trying to come to now, is formulating what am I going to do next with my channel and this podcast that is coming up real soon. I'm still collecting footage, like I said, but I'm so glad that you guys stopped by to listen to the news that is a shit stain and a half, but I'm so glad you guys still sat through it anyway, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you.
Bad luck. You have to go.
That's fine by me.
Actually, I don't even feel like playing second. I really don't.